It was a sunny day on the island of Sodor, and all the engines were working hard. Gordon was feeling very excited. Morning, Thomas. I look my best, and you know why? Why? Because a Duke and Duchess are visiting, the Fat Controller will be choosing me as their special engine. Pah! Puffed Thomas. After Gordon had been washed and polished, he rushed away to meet the visitors. But a signal diverted Gordon into a siding. He was very upset. "I'm going to be late," he muttered. A huge engine rocketed by. Steaming pistons. Who's that? Gordon soon found out. When he arrived at the shed, the huge engine was humming quietly. Who are you? This is Spencer. He's the fastest engine in the world. Huh. But secretly, Gordon was impressed. I'm the Duke and Duchess's private engine. I take them everywhere. Quiet. There will be a party for our guests at Marron Station. That's far away over Gordon's Hill. You'll need to take on plenty of water, muttered Gordon. I have plenty of water, wheezed Spencer. And he raced away. I was only trying to be useful, grunted Gordon. Spencer showed the Duke and Duchess many beautiful places. But he never stopped once to take on more water. Gordon and Thomas were collecting passengers when Spencer raced through on his way to the party. Don't forget the water. Who cares? He'll be in trouble soon, sighed Thomas. And Spencer was. He ran out of water on Gordon's Hill. Why didn't I listen? Sighed Spencer. The Fat Controller soon heard the news. I'll send Gordon. When Gordon arrived, the station master was waiting. You need to rescue Spencer. He's stuck on the hill. Hurry, Gordon, said his driver. Gordon was looking forward to seeing Spencer. Run out of water? He teased. Yes, snapped Spencer. I must have a leaky tank. Perhaps, smiled Gordon. But we'd better hurry. Everyone is waiting. Gordon switched to Spencer's line and was coupled up. Then they set off.
What you need, Henry, the Fat Controller told him, is an overhaul. Yes, sir, agreed Henry. Does that mean I've got to go away to Crewe again, sir? The Fat Controller laughed. Not this time, he said. You won't believe this, Henry, but nowadays the people at Crewe couldn't do the work you need. Henry stared, and the Fat Controller laughed again. Don't worry, he said. We can do everything at my works. All I have to do is get you there. If James takes the express tomorrow, went on the Fat Controller, we can couple you in front. Do what you can to help, and you can go to the works in style. Henry told James that night. Help me, James snorted.
Toby brought Henrietta to the top station. Percy was grumpily shunting. "Hello, Percy," he said. "I see Daisy's left the milk again."
I'll have to make a special journey with it, I suppose, grumbled Percy. Anyone would think I'd nothing to do.
Toby pondered the problem. Tell you what, he said at last. I'll take the milk. You fetch my trucks. The drivers and the station master agreed, and both engines set off. They thought it would be a nice change. Percy trundled away to the quarry. He had never been there before.
It's steep, he thought, but I can manage. Trucks don't dare play tricks on me now.
He marshaled them in a lordly way.
Hurry along there,
he said, and bumped them if they dallied. The trucks were annoyed.
This is Toby's place,
they grumbled.
Percy's got no right to poke his fellow up in here and push us around.
They whispered and passed the word.
Pay Percy out.
At last they were all arranged.
Come along,
puffed Percy sharply.
No nonsense. We'll give him nonsense,
giggled the trucks, but they followed so quietly that Percy thought they were completely under control. They rumbled along the twisty line till they saw ahead the notice saying all trains stop to pin down brakes.
Peep, peep, peep,
whistled Percy.
Brakes guard, please.
But before he could check them, the trucks surged forward.
On! On!
They cried. Percy, taken by surprise, could not stop them, and in a moment they were careening down the hill.
Help! Help!
whistled Percy. The man on duty at the street crossing rushed to warn traffic with his red flag.
Beep, beep. Good morning, Percy, he whistled. My branch is the pride of the line, wouldn't you agree? Yes, Thomas, of course, but what, Percy? Out with it. Well, there is another engine with a famous branch line, too. Who? Where? His name's Stepney. He's far away, but Sir Topham Hatt says he may visit us. When? Oh, someday. And Percy hurried away. Meanwhile, Stepney was He runs a famous branch line. Did you know that? Said Percy. Thomas was feeling a little jealous. Huh. It may be famous, but my branch is the first on the line. Everyone knows that, too. And he huffed away to fetch his coaches. Look, squeaked Percy. Why have they all come? There's no train yet. But Percy was wrong. The signal dropped, and from far away an engine whistled. Here he comes, yelled Douglas. Stepney puffed proudly through the junction. I hope you'll meet Thomas, too, said Edward. You both have branch lines to be proud of. Then Stepney set off.
Thomas's branch line is important, and so is Edward's. They both bring in valuable traffic, but their track and bridges are not so strong as those on the main. That is why the Fat Controller does not allow the heavier mainline engines such as Gordon and Henry to run on them. If, however, you had heard Gordon talking to Edward a short while ago, you would have thought that the Fat Controller had forbidden him to run on branch lines for quite another reason. It's not fair, grumbled Gordon.
What isn't fair?
Asked Edward. Letting branch line diesels pull mainline trains.
Never mind, Gordon. I'm sure Boko will let you pull his truck sometimes. That would make it quite fair.
Gordon spluttered furiously. I won't pull Boko's dirty trucks. I won't run on branch lines.
Why not? That would be a nice change.
The Fat Controller would never approve, said Gordon loftily. Branch lines are vulgar. He puffed away in a dignified manner. Edward chuckled and followed him to the station. Gordon, his driver, and his firemen